Hello, you're watching Start Select, the gaming show that never compromises on its morals because it doesn't have any. Coming up today, Xbox fanboys, start dusting off those PlayStation Network jokes, the hackers are back in town. And one new game from the makers of Samorost, is loosely based on vampires. Hello there. Now, you may well remember earlier this year some hackers managed to infiltrate Sony's PlayStation Network, causing a fairly prolonged outage. Indeed, some of us are still on medication to help deal with post-traumatic stress after 24 days of agony. But for those of you sleeping soundly in the assumption the nightmare is over, may want to put the baseball bat next to the bed again. The big bad hacking monster is still out there. This very morning, Sony confirmed that PSN, Sony Online Entertainment, and even the Sony Entertainment Network had again been made the target of an online attack, the second in less than a year. A statement by the company said, "We have detected attempts on Sony Entertainment Network, PlayStation Network and Sony Online Entertainment services to test a massive set of sign-in IDs and passwords against our network database. Given the data tested against our network consisted of sign-in ID password pairs, and that the overwhelming majority of the pairs resulted in failed matching attempts, it's likely the data came from another source and not from our networks." So basically the message from Sony is that there's much less cause for alarm this time round. The info wasn't lifted from PSN itself, meaning it's secure-ish, and it seems most of the intel they had was out of date, preventing the hackers from causing as much disruption as they initially planned. Still, largely unsuccessful or no, 93,000 accounts were still affected, and all of those affected will be getting an email asking them to change their password. Again. Get your scorecards out, everybody, because PSN Bingo is back in season. Seriously though, how does this make you feel? Are you annoyed? Sony say it's not their fault, reminding users fraudulent online activity is a growing threat, but is that good enough? Let us know on Facebook, Twitter or the Start Select homepage. Next, do you remember Samorost, the lovely point-and-click adventure game made by Amanita all the way back in 2003? How about the sequel in 2005? Or the newest game, Machinarium, released in 2009 for Windows, Mac and Linux, then ported this year to the iPad too? No? For shame! Amanita Design are responsible for some of the most beautifully designed point-and-click games of the last decade, and if you haven't played them before, you really should have, especially since the first Samorost is available as a free browser title. Anyway, you'll soon be given the chance to redeem yourself, as Amanita have just announced Botanicula, a colourful new adventure planned for release early next year. It's about 5 tree creatures trying to save the last seed from the tree in which they live after it becomes infested by evil parasites. Hence the name! The game seems a lot more vibrant than Amanita's other, more machine-based titles, and frankly, we can't wait to play it. We'll doubtless be bringing you more on Botanicula as it gets closer to launch, so please watch this space! No? Fine. Right, that's it from me for today, but if you're still jonesing for a fix of that sweet GameSpot mix, then you could always have a listen to the GameSpot UK podcast, this week covering Skyrim, Mass Effect 3, Minecraft and Call of Duty. Also, the irrepressibly handsome Sean McInnes has stepped into the boots of Ezio Auditore to write a stunning preview of Assassin's Creed Revelations. Meanwhile, Jane Douglas spoke to Mission Design Director Falco Poika about what's new in the upcoming game. Fly, my minions! Look at all the stuff on the side!
Stop doing that or I'm killing the feed!
But why? It's so charming!